Welcome to another RSR. Today we are recapping the semifinals of the 2023 Scotiabank CONCACAF Champions League. Reacciones de las semifinales de la Liga de Campeones de CONCACAF de Scotiabank 2023. Two ties. All we got to do is recap them very shortly, very quickly, and then say what the final is. No predictions until before the final starts. You just get the recap here. With that being said, first off, semifinal 2 was the first one to end. LAFC 4, Philadelphia Union 1. I got that one right. When I made my semifinal predictions, I got that one right. I said LAFC was a buzzsaw. I thought it'd be a bit closer than 4-1, but it was not. It was not. Philadelphia Union, the first leg, they did have a late lead, but they allowed a goal from Kellen Acosta to tie it up, gave LAFC the away goal, and that pretty much was the nail that started to close the coffin. Pretty much started to close it. LAFC getting that away goal, all they had to do was win or just draw 0-0, they would have went through. Knowing LAFC, they were going to do more than that, which they did, but Philly had a hard job going to Bank of California Stadium, BMO Stadium in LA. It was a hard job for them to do, and they didn't do it. Couple of possible players that could have been sent off. They could have been down by more than 10. They could have been down 2 or 3 guys. In that second leg, it just never went their way. Luckily, Bedoya, for their sake, didn't get sent off. But I guess karmic retribution came through. They finished the game. 60 minutes, they went down a man. They finished the game down the man. And that's when they got 2 of the 3 goals put in on them. And they had to open up to find a goal while being down a man. It was just never going to go their way. And here we are. Philly loses 4-1. The scoreline is a little bit harsh, I would say. But again, LAFC is a buzzsaw. They found ways to win. Got that one right. 1-0 on my predictions so far. Next up, semifinal 1. Club Leon 4, Tigres. UANL 3. 4-3 Global. Club Leon comes back in the second leg to take the tie by the scruff of the neck and win. I got it wrong, had Tigres going through, but man, their form is horrible right now. They are starting to fall apart. Their history is starting to... Their great times are starting to be history, let's put it like that. They're starting to fall to old days. The days of old is where they were good. They're not good anymore. Saboldi's a horrible manager. They only dominated Motagua because Motagua was Honduran. New manager bounce. The new manager bounce did not help them here. Not one bit. Saboldi, I knew he was a fraud. I knew he sucked. I knew he was a trash manager. Here we are. Tigres get beat by Leon and Larcamon. Leon slay the dragon. That's exactly what they did. They lost their heads in the first leg at El Volcan. They blew a 1-0 lead. They got the away goal, though, but Tigres ended up winning that first leg 2-1 because of 2 goals in first half stoppage time, late in the first half and first half stoppage time. But ironically enough, what goes around comes around because Tigres lost their heads. Club Leon had an amazing second leg. They won 3-1. They got the first 2 goals early. Yes, Tigres Fulgeniso does score to make it 2-1, which at that point would have sent it to penalties. But late on, 10 minutes later, in the last 10, Leon scores the winner. Off the rebound, a bad corner defensive play by Tigres. They didn't defend it well, and it just pops in. It just pops into the net, and that ends the game. That ends the tie. Yes, Tigres had 10 minutes plus to score a second and win outright, but they couldn't do it. And that just shows you something. That just shows you exactly what their mindset was. Once they went down 2, they thought the game was over. They got the one they needed, and they sort of fell apart, honestly. They didn't play out the last 10 minutes after Fulgencio scored that amazing goal that would have sent them to penalties. They were like, oh, we got this then. And they fell asleep. And Leon scored their third. Tigres couldn't score another. Their heads dropped throughout the game. And that's exactly how this turns out. Leon turned it round. Tigres lost their head and dropped them at the same time. Crazy second leg. Got that one wrong. So for my semifinal predictions, I was 1 for 2. I batted 500, which 1-1, 1-2. 1 for 2, 1-1, batted 500, which isn't bad. I didn't expect Leon to pull what they pulled, but it is what it is. So that means the 2023 Scotiabank CONCACAF Champions League final is Club Leon of Mexico versus LAFC of the USA of MLS. La Gran Final de la Liga de Campeones de CONCACAF. Club Leon contra LAFC. Big match. This still is revenge from 2020. Possible revenge from 2020. Not the way MLS fans want it, though. Leon, yes, they bottled during the group stage. One of the only, at that point, Mexican team did not make it out of the group stage. I think they stayed that way. In that format of Champions League. You could say that was their 2013 Leafs-Bruins choke. Then they have their run of chokes in the current format, starting with LAFC, then Toronto. Honestly, TFC too, but I don't know how the hell that one happened. And then Seattle, which is basically their Bruins 18, Bruins 19, and Habs 21 chokes. Luckily for them, I'm not counting Columbus, and they didn't choke here, which would have technically been their Lightning 22 choke, but, you know. So they had 2 less chokes than the Leafs, but still. Leon, I know how you feel. You finally slayed the dragon. Good for you. Hopefully you don't come out totally lightweight after slaying the dragon. Hopefully you keep your eyes on the prize. Still also have the Liga MX, but that was never the problem. So, Leon versus LAFC seems like a very good final. I can't wait to watch it. Late May, May 31st, and June 4th, I think. Yeah, that's the first leg and second leg. Think I'm correct on that. Leon, LAFC. Pretty good final. Didn't expect this to be the final. I expected LAFC, Philly versus LAFC to decide a final spot. I did not expect Leon to get this far. But, you know, I'm happy for Leon fans. I'm happy for them. Because I know how it feels. I know how it feels. So, good for y'all. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us to playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for a live watch along and review of Toronto FC versus New England Revolution. Then on Sunday, I will be live for Florida Panthers. Toronto Maple Leafs at Florida Panthers Game 3. Speaking of the Leafs, I'll be live for that and review that. Hopefully the Leafs get back into the series and turn it round from there. But we got a good weekend coming, and I will see you tomorrow. I'm Ryan, and I'm out. Peace.